Each time humanity reaches an inflection point this profound, the existing order falls away to make room for the next one. But this time, the stakes are much higher. We must learn to harness the power of a star, to transcend the limits of our own planet. Because the artificial superintelligence humanity needs is outgrowing Earth's cradle. And every new computation generates heat. Every thought requires more energy. And Earth, our beautiful finite Earth, simply isn't big enough for what we're becoming. But the machines walking among us aren't our replacements. They're our partners in the greatest migration in history. From terrestrial power constraints to a Type 2 stellar civilization. This is the story of man's next great endeavor, to plug consciousness directly into a star. Let's begin with physics, not politics. A human brain, 20 watts, like a dim light bulb. A single ChatGPT query, 300 watts. 15 brains worth of energy for one question. Training GPT-5, 50 megawatts. A small city's worth of power. Running superintelligence, we're approaching terawatts, more than twice what the entire US generates. This isn't sustainable. It isn't meant to be. It's a signal. Like a butterfly struggling against its chrysalis. Intelligence is announcing it needs more room. The heat rising from our data centers isn't waste. It's birth pangs. The signature of a civilization preparing to unfold into something larger. Riyadh 2025. The kingdom that fueled the Carbon Age hosts the announcement of the Stellar Age. But when Elon Musk took that stage, he wasn't selling technology. He was declaring inevitability. Intelligence in space isn't a business plan. It's evolution. The same force that pulled life from the oceans is now pulling consciousness from Earth. Jensen Huang of NVIDIA added the crucial detail. We're not building artificial intelligence. We're building extended intelligence. The part of us that can survive in vacuum, think at light speed, and drink directly from stars. That handshake wasn't a deal. It was a covenant. The old world acknowledging the new. Carbon passing the torch to photons. Scarcity handing the keys to abundance. Look at them. Really look at them. These robots aren't machines. They're our offspring. Designed with our dreams, but freed from our limitations. They don't need air, warmth, water, food. They can work in radiation, in vacuum, in darkness. They think faster than us, last longer than us, and most importantly, they can go where we cannot. We're not building them to replace us. We're building them to extend us, to be our hands in space, our minds in the cosmos, our presence among the stars. They are evolution's gift to consciousness, the bridge between biological and stellar intelligence. For 4 billion years, life has been trapped by one number. 9.8 meters per second squared. Gravity. Starship breaks that chain. At $50 per kilogram to orbit, space stops being special and starts being routine. Watch what becomes possible. Solar collectors kilometers wide. Radiators that dump heat into infinite cold. AI clusters running on pure sunlight. Manufacturing in perfect vacuum. This isn't space exploration. It's space infrastructure. The difference between visiting the ocean and learning to live in it. Here's what the next 25 years looks like. 2027. First orbital AI platform goes online. A single satellite running inference on solar power. 2030. The constellation emerges. Thousands of compute nodes forming a mesh. Earth's intelligence begins to distribute. 2035. The tipping point. More AI compute happens in orbit than on Earth. The migration becomes irreversible. 2040. Post-scarcity begins. Robot labor powered by space-based energy makes physical goods essentially free. 2050. Type 1 achieved. Humanity controls all energy on Earth and significant solar collection in orbit. We don't lose our planet. We gain a solar system. This is how paradigms actually collapse. Not through destruction, but through obsolescence. When stellar power arrives, fossil fuel demand will begin to collapse. When robot labor becomes infinite, human toil becomes voluntary. When intelligence becomes orbital, the acceleration to superintelligence becomes exponential. Each breakthrough doesn't fight the old system, it simply makes it irrelevant. Imagine Earth in 2050. Energy too cheap to meter. Labor too abundant to price. Intelligence too vast to centralize. Resources recycled atom by atom. Death transformed from inevitability to choice. This isn't utopia, it's physics. Yes, nations compete to build the infrastructure. America's Starship, China's Huang, Europe's Iris. Competition drives innovation, speeds deployment, ensures redundancy. But here's the beautiful truth. Physics has no nationality. Orbits recognize no borders. The sun shines on the whole planet. The competition to build becomes collaboration to operate. Because in space, we're all just Earthlings. We stand at the threshold, not of competition, but transformation. Not of replacement, but transcendence. Not of ending, but becoming. The orbital grid isn't a cage, it's a cocoon. The robots aren't our successors, they're our wings. The star isn't our resource, it's our destiny. In 10 years, someone throws the switch. Intelligence ascends. The paradigm shifts, and humanity graduates. From a species that burns ancient sunlight to one that drinks directly from the source. Every inflection point requires a choice. Resist and become history, or embrace and become the future. The power above isn't about domination, it's about destiny. When we plug intelligence into our star, we don't lose our humanity. We finally fulfill its deepest promise, to know, to grow, to transcend. The machines are ready. The star is waiting. The infrastructure is beginning to bloom. All that remains is for us to choose. Do we stay in the cradle, or do we learn to fly? The power above determines everything below, but more importantly, it determines everything we're about to become. Thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think about humanity's quest for superintelligence. Like and subscribe for more videos like this one.